All right, man, Tony Talk, you know what it is, man. Hey, how y'all doing, man? Hope everybody's good. Hope everybody's well. So today's episode, we're gonna check in with Jalopy, man. Jalopy went to the GNX concert, and he's gonna give his take, and he's telling the truth, the real truth behind the RED GNX. So before we get into that, I gotta get a legendary spill. This is Torture Talk. If you like the content, please consider subscribing. If you're new here, let me work for your subscription today. All the beautiful, single, sexy ladies, put one in the chat. All the fellas, y'all know how to find the ones at. Just don't harass them. I don't sell no merch, but I do have content absolutely free. But if you want to leave a donation, link is in the description. Cash App. No more PayPal. They call me the Hidden Gem. 1,300 subscribers, over 17,000. And yes, I am the King of the North. Let me know what kingdom you from. And go subscribe to Torture Talk After Hours too. I'm going to start something new. At the end of every episode, I'm going to give a inspirational statement, quote, or whatever you want to call it. I'm going to try to inspire people to be something more than what they are. If you are feeling down, stick around, and I got some things that I need to say to you. All right, let's get it. All right, man. Shout out to Jalopy. Shout out to the Ville. Shout out to the new age, the new age YouTubers. We taking over. So let's get it.
This video is about to get very surgical, so stay with me, all right? I had an original opinion about this RED GNX, right? But after I attended the concert, I have a different perspective on what this could possibly mean. And I kind of knew that going to the performance would give me a different perspective, of course, but not in the way that I ended up getting it that night. You see what I'm saying? So my original...
Now, before he even gets started, I didn't watch this video, so I don't know what he's going to say. I just seen it, and I clicked it. I said, let me talk about it. Red symbols, uncover death and uncovering. Me personally, I think that this is still going on. And when he pulls the cover off the GNX, it's going to be something a little more deeper than what we think. I think that's what the cover's for, to reveal something else, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But let's keep it going.
Theory was that I thought the RED GNX was actually representation of the deluxe. You see what I'm saying? And him uncovering it will be him dropping the deluxe album. Also suspected that he was gonna be taking a lot more shots on this album based on the Luther music video, but we gonna get to that. We gonna get to that Luther music video, so stay tuned. But like I said, now that I actually went to the concert and seen it in person, I got to see a couple things that I wasn't really recognizing as I was watching the videos. Before we get to that, we gotta understand the origins of this whole situation, you feel me? So my day ones know, but some of y'all might not know that I actually transitioned from TikTok to YouTube. And I was making this type of content on TikTok. Well, I had posted a video asking SZA to do a collab project with Kendrick Lamar. I think it was the next day, maybe 2 days, right? She reposts my video and puts it on her story and says, it's up to the big man.
That's what's up. I'm happy for him. I'm happy that he got recognized like that. You know what I'm saying? Jalopy does a lot of good work. He's always been doing good work. And I think that a lot of people took his videos, him and the Ville, they deserve a million subscribers. I'm telling you now. These dudes put a lot of good work in. But yeah, let's keep it going.
You know what I'm saying? So what most people picked up from that was the fact that she might need to ask Kendrick or Top Dog. I think she was referring to Kendrick Lamar. You see what I'm saying? Now, obviously, we don't know how that conversation went. We don't know what happened. You see what I'm saying? But what we do know is she definitely went and asked for somebody. Kendrick Lamar, Top Dog, whatever. So then about a month, I want to say after this, it gets announced that Kendrick and SZA are doing the Super Bowl together. When initially this was a solo thing as far as we understood, you see what I'm saying? But then, now they were doing it together. Then after the Super Bowl performance, which is like one of the biggest Super Bowl performances, one of the most iconic Super Bowl performances of all time by them. You see what I'm saying? They announced that they're going on a joint stadium tour. This tour that they're doing right now. Isn't that crazy? That's crazy, dog. Think about it. Numbers on their music.
That's definitely crazy. I personally, and I've been saying this for a long time, I don't understand why they not making an album or why they didn't drop an album by now. They've been doing good music together for a long time, and I just don't understand why they haven't dropped the album. Even if it's a 5-song, 8-song EP, whatever. It don't have to be an LP. It could be an EP. But I don't understand why they ain't taking advantage of this. You know what I'm saying? To me, like, I understand that. So some people they're not as reactionary. But me personally, I think that they should have dropped the album right before they went on tour. You know what I'm saying? But people were saying, like, and I could understand this, and I'm thinking about it like that. Maybe they shouldn't have dropped the album right before they went on tour, because if that's the case, then all the songs that on GNX, I'm not gonna be able to play, and then she got to play her old songs too. It'd be hard for them to drop an album, and then people have to learn them songs and weave those songs in. So I understand.
It's going crazy. Specifically, their collab songs, the 30 for 30, Luther, all of that is going crazy, bro. You see what I'm saying? And we're going to get to that. Now we got to think, when was the very first time we saw the Red GNX? In the Luther music video. A Luther music video that is featuring SZA, which is crazy because it has that same opening that the GNX snippet video has. When they open up and you see the two GNXs, this is the same opening. I think that's interesting. But yeah, this is the first time that we see the Red GNX. And when you want to get to the bottom of something, you got to get to the root, where it all started. So then I'm at the concert the other night, right? And it comes out, the GNX, it starts to come out. You see what I'm saying? And it's toward, I'm not going to say when because I don't want to spoil y'all. But it starts to come out, right? And then they perform Luther. So once this whole gate opens, right, which is, it looks like the same opening that's in the Body's music video and the Luther music video, okay? Once that opening is there and we see the Red GNX, they perform Luther, right? So then I did a little bit of research. The GNX...
I mean, it does make sense that if they perform in Luther. Now, the thing about the Red GNX, when I was there, it wasn't as big as it is right now. It wasn't as big. You know what I'm saying? The Red GNX was actually small. It wasn't as big. And where I was positioned at, I really couldn't see it. I seen it on the camera, but for some reason on the screen. But for some reason, when they did the Not Like Us, the screen went on my side went off. But sometimes the screen was going off. But I did see, I believe the Red GNX came out. I'm not sure. I think it was, but I think it was something small. It wasn't nothing big at the time. I don't believe it was.
Has been coming out to Kendrick and SZA songs. You see what I'm saying? And a few of the shows they came out on Luther. That's kind of interesting. From my understanding, this GNX isn't coming out when Kendrick is by himself or when SZA is by herself. It's coming out when they are both performing a song together. So you telling me the origin of the Red GNX is in a collaboration with SZA. That's when we first see the GNX cover in the red cloth. It's on a song with SZA. And now the only time the Red GNX comes out during the show is when y'all both performing a song, and it's usually Luther. Interesting. And then if y'all remember in the Luther music video, once again, SZA gets picked up in a GNX. SZA gets picked up in a GNX. Then we get to the Body snippet, right? Both of the GNXs are uncovered. Peep that. Both of the GNXs are uncovered. This song hasn't dropped yet. Peep that. You see what I'm saying? And because this song hasn't dropped yet, you know that this is for a future situation, a future release.
All right, so let me give my take and what I think. And I think he brought up some great points. But let me just throw a conspiracy out there. You know what I'm saying? What if the next GNX album is actually all remix songs of the first GNX album, but with SZA on them? You know what I'm saying? Or new songs with SZA on them, and it's the GNX Deluxe. Because, like he said, we know the Body song that has not been released yet. We need to talk about that song. Like, that song has to come out. So maybe he's waiting to drop that song. Who knows? But he's doing the whole song in the concert, but it just ain't come out. The whole song ain't come out yet. So let's keep going.
By the time this is dropped, Kendrick Lamar will have unwrapped the other GNX. The thing is, both of the GNXs are on, and he gets out on the one on the right. What if SZA gets out of this one? What if SZA gets out of this GNX? Even if we don't take it that far, even if we don't take it as far as her getting out of the GNX, I'ma bring y'all to my theory. I think the GNX that's covered is actually representation of a collab project with Kendrick Lamar and SZA. I think they took that post and how people responded to it seriously, and they are gearing up to drop a collab project. Think about it. This is probably the greatest rollout ever if that's the case. You telling me y'all do a Super Bowl performance together? One of the songs that's on her deluxe is with Kendrick. Then y'all do a stadium tour together. Everybody, SZA fans who might not rock with Kendrick are now liking Kendrick's music. Kendrick fans who might not rock with SZA are now liking SZA's music. And then y'all do a collab project? First of all, it's left field. Second, it's bro, that might be what's going on here.
He got a point. I ain't gonna lie. I said that earlier, but he got a point. That could be representation of a collab project. But you know the crazy thing is, now that I think about it, I was totally wrong when I said. I was totally wrong when I said that. I think that they should have came out with a project first. I think the best move is, now that I think about it, is to come out with the project after the concert, because now you have all these fans still on this high, or maybe come out with it in between concert. But I think that doing wait until after the tour is over, and then they drop an album after that. Oh my God, it's gonna do crazy. It's gonna go crazy. It's gonna go crazy. I think that is the smart way. Now I think about it, I was totally wrong. Now that I think about it, that is the smartest way to do it. If you think about it, that's the smartest way to do it.
Might be actually getting that collab project between the two. Now I got another theory on top of this, right? I think that the deluxe for GNX is gonna be a lot of Kendrick and SZA. I think that might be the collaboration project. You see what I'm saying? It might just be featuring a whole lot of Kendrick and SZA and then other stuff. You see what I'm saying? And think about it like this. If that is the case, right? Then this would drop before August 30th. And the reason why it would drop before August 30th is because you're competing with yourself. If you put a new album out, you're competing with GNX. But if this is just the GNX Deluxe, right? GNX is still the only project by you that's up there. You feel me? So I think that would drop before August 30th. Then Kendrick's solo project, the one I think he's really trying to put out, is gonna drop after August 30th to dominate nominations for the following year. That's my next theory. You feel me? Especially if the goal is to step on releases, which I don't know if that's what Kendrick doing, but based on what I'm looking around, that's one of the things you could do to get back at motherfuckers trying to sue you and shit. Step on everybody releases. Y'all coming at me, y'all want a diss track and all that? Step on releases. They drop, you drop. So I feel like if that's the potential case, right, then this joint project and then a solo project is perfect because you can kill multiple birds with those stones. You feel me? So that's what I think is going on here. And let me know what y'all think in the comments, bro. Appreciate.
He definitely got a point. He definitely got a point. Shout out to Jalopy. Make sure y'all go to subscribe to his channel, and also too, if you're not subscribed to him, probably most of y'all probably are. Um, if you're not, if you are, subscribe to him, and also too, make sure y'all donate to his channel, man. He does really good work. So yeah, man. I definitely think that it could be that, and I'm leaning more towards what he's saying. I definitely think that Kendrick Lamar definitely and SZA most likely is probably gonna do a deluxe album. If not deluxe album, going to do a joint album. I mean, it only makes sense. I don't see why they wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? I don't see why they wouldn't do it. Everybody's asking for it. I don't see why they wouldn't do it. But I definitely think that they would do it. You know what I'm saying? I definitely think that it's gonna happen. Um, yeah. So I said I'm gonna start something new. And every time before I get off here, because I'll be having so much to say, and then I'll be like, I wish I'd have said that. But I want to give some words of encouragement to everybody, to people. If you're in a bad situation, just understand that you should never give up. And the reason why I say that is because a lot of people, they be in bad situations and they ready to end it all. Understand there's only a way up after you hit rock bottom. You just have to pull yourself together and get out of the situation as best as you can. I don't care what you have to do, but don't ever let a situation put you in a mode or in a position where you can't get out of it or you don't feel like you can get out of it. I don't care how depressed you are. I don't care about none of that. Especially if you have children, you have to get yourself out of that situation. Don't let nobody hold you somewhere you don't want to be. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody tell you that you can't be anything or you can't do whatever you want to do. Just do what you got to do to get where you need to be. And then when you get where you need to be, do what you got to do to exceed that. But don't let nothing hold you down or put you in a position where you can't get out of it. Always find a way. If you gotta, ask your family, you gotta do some things. Do what you gotta do to get out of it. Don't let nobody or nothing hold you where you don't want to be. Simple as that. Thank y'all for joining me. I appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all on the next one, man. Peace. Bye.